Reefer Madness, a city starved of fame. It's the same.
Is that a joint?
Thing. Yes, lean with me, rock with me. Golden sodas, one to stock, one to rock. Yes, it's here that we announce this day of freedom. Charles Bronson, signing out.
I grew up on the east side, the Miami B-side, deep fried and greet line, clam baked by the seaside. 10 legs wearing knee highs. Sand shakes off their sweet thighs. Back in 99 when I was silver spoon fair. Pops had the poster, doling out the bread. John's on the salsa, going against his head. I got divorced, yeah, cold as a course, but there ain't enough stamps in your passport for this crash course. I passed the class, now let's fast forward. Blast from the guys out on the back porch. Cash in the dash, I went straight to the source. Courts, call them escorts. I've been moving bodies like I'm using the force. Floating down the river like a water resort.
Hey, Traders. Welcome to episode 958 of the show. You couldn't be doing anything because of Corona. We get that, man. But you're here, so thanks. Appreciate it a lot. Alright, so I did a static video. I spent time creating a thumbnail, everything. Lo and behold, once every 6 weeks I try to do a static video. YouTube fails and breaks, and there's a big problem where people can't update or upload videos. And my music's bugging out. It's so messed up, everything. So we're gonna watch the static video live. Because I did an analysis of Bitcoin and gold that are it's still like a real analysis and all that. It's just like, it's bullcrap, man. Like, I don't know, man. Alright, so let's just, It's like 9 minutes, dude. It's just like you're watching a static video, man. Like, think about it like you're watching me live. Feel free to interrupt anytime, you know. Like, but sorry, man. Like, this is bullcrap. YouTube's broken right now. We're gonna comment on me commenting or something? I don't know. Enjoy. Hey, traders. Haven't done a static video in a long time, so bear with me on this, okay? I'm used to doing live streams, but just looking at Bitcoin, gonna look at gold. You know, Bitcoin was rough, man. It really was. You know, had a bear flag, even had a measured move that would have put you perfectly down at 6,400. But there was also the discussion that there was hidden bullish divergence. Where you were bouncing off a golden retrace, as well as a downsloping old resistance was regarded as support. And there was 60-minute bullish divergence that I think helped you pivot, but that just continued on, and the hidden divergence played out to where we eventually started seeing positive momentum, and something interesting happened on Bitcoin. So the bear flag failed, right? That happens. You want to have coinciding variables, not contradicting variables. Makes life a lot easier. And we'll look at gold, which is a great example of mainly coinciding variables. So really a square up, right? I mean, where the exchange offloads its position at a break-even price, they were able to drive the price back up to that level. I mean, almost perfectly. And, you know, of course this could keep going, but you got to think, man, this is not a higher high yet. You're still only making lower highs until you break this. Until you start breaking above 7,200, 7,300, and then eventually 7,400, you're still just, there seems like there might still be distribution going on. On the daily, I believe we've gone positive on momentum again, where we were showing yesterday at the close, you know, daily candle close, you know, first level of negative momentum in like 31 days. Yeah, we're back to a positive again, man, right? Ridiculous. That's okay. That's definitely okay. So yeah, nice bounce off of 68.19, which is a critical support, believe it or not. I mean, you know that, right? I mean, it's just so many times it's been tested. We tested it again, and we're bouncing off of it to square up. And we are still not breaking to higher highs. When you start breaking above 70, 250, 7,300, that's when you could start asking the question, hey man, maybe 7,400 would be tested again, which is another critical horizontal line resistance. Big time. Like, I think like 6,800 and 7,400 are like the big ones. Then you also have like another big one at 8,400. So it's possible you go up and test that, fine. But you just got to wonder, when is the positive momentum, like this wave that we've been in for over a month, when is it going to end, and when is a new wave going to begin? I mean, it could still, we could be in the midst of it right now with the distribution, the lower highs. So don't get cocky, don't get like complacent to think that Bitcoin's in, you know, it's going to moon now just because we went and made a simple square up, okay? All right, so that's Bitcoin, where eventually, you know, we could find ourselves at the bottom of this channel again. And we also know, going back to the daily real quick, just to reiterate for everyone, that you're only at a 50% retrace. And we know the top of the golden is, you know, of the golden zone, which is like common retrace levels, is between a 38% retrace and a 61.8% retrace. So like, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world if Bitcoin eventually made its way to 79, 74 in the same wave. It could happen, man. But if you do go to log scale, you have to understand from that high to low, 10,500 to 3,800, we have hit a golden zone. Not once, but twice. I mean, the golden retrace, excuse me, a 61% retrace. So be cognizant of that at least. 50% linear, 61.8% in log scale. And you're still making lower highs for now. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Eventually, whether it's here or at the 618, I think that this wave would end and we get another major wave to the downside. And then we could make a higher low, a double bottom, or a lower low. And then we would reversed with another major wave to the upside after that. Okay. Anyway, so that's Bitcoin. You know, good stuff on its contradicting variables. It went with the hidden bullish divergence. All right, so gold. I like that. I mean, this one's really cool, dude. And we can actually do like kind of a little review on the stream because of what's happened here. It had some adversity, but just give me a sec, all right? Streamception, man. Almost looks like a dragon, a small scrub dragon that kind of starts like here, not here. Where it's like you connect this wick to right here. And it's like if you were able to break that, that's, you know, I don't know, I think we would still probably measure from this high point to low point though. And if you could break this supply line, which you're not right now, you are not. And it happens to be confluent with this resistance here. If you can, I mean, the target for gold would be 1714. If this divergence is enough to break you above that, that's definitely where you could maybe go next. I mean, 1714 and 1729 be 1 and 2 targets.
3.6. Not great, not terrible.
So that's it, man. It was just like identified maybe a dragon where it's like XABC, you know, part of harmonics. It's like a premature harmonic, and it was not just the dragon maybe identified, it was that 4-hour seller exhaustion with the divergence on both oscillators. And that type of seller exhaustion was enough to get us to break the downsloping resistance of that dragon pattern, as well as, looking left, of course, the overhead resistance that you were testing and failing, but eventually you were able to break, and now you've had a pretty decent break above the next resistance from March 8th. So great news here, man. You know, that 1714, that 618, which is like, you can apply this to any chart on any market, the dragon pattern. And you're looking for a 618 first target, and the 786 can be your second target. 1729, haven't gotten there, but we have gotten to the golden retrace. So great, man. Great stuff. It's cool to apply stuff and it plays out. But as you can see, like if we looked at Bitcoin, there was a bear pull bear flag. But at the same time of the bearish consolidation pattern, there was bullish stuff being indicated on the oscillators. So that is contradiction, which makes things very cloudy, makes things more difficult. And the ideal conditions for the trader is you want everything to line up. You want the stars to align. You want not only everything on the same time scale to line up, but then you want to start looking at the daily, the 60-minute, or the weekly, and it lines up with the 4-hour. And that's even more coinciding variables. So where gold goes next, I don't know, man. You'd think we could continue on up, and 786, 1729 would be next. But dude, you know, I think eventually in time, because of what's happening with the monetary system, I think in time gold will see 1791 and eventually all-time highs. That's just the fundamental look. That's not really based on like actual technicals. The technicals played out. We had somewhat of an edge, and that edge has propelled us to higher prices, and now mysteries abound, right? So I just wanted to go over Bitcoin and gold. Kind of do a biopsy of the stream yesterday, or what the analysis was of both assets. If you enjoyed this static video, Hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Again, this is like my first static video in like 6 weeks or something or more. So yeah, just leave a comment in the description below. I would really appreciate it. See if, you know, what y'all have to say about it. How do I even do this? Okay, so that was it. Like, I mean, you know, I put my time and energy into that, so it was like, if YouTube's broken and I can't upload, well, I mean, I did the analysis earlier, so you get it, right? You know, I saw like some guy, of course, right? There's always that one guy, Truman Henry. So all of this is a retcon on a previous erroneous price prediction of a dump, which didn't happen. Okay, right? Says that on Bitcoin. When specifically, like in the video, we talked about contradicting variables, where you had hidden bullish divergence. If you were watching the stream yesterday, there was hidden bullish divergence. Yes, there was a bear flag, but you had this going on too. So it's like with gold, it wasn't, there weren't any contradicting variables, right? So yeah, you can be like this armchair, you know, guy who just talks crap to me. I mean, why don't you go live stream, dudes? Who's gonna watch you? Go ahead and go public and try to apply technical analysis to give yourself an edge, and then live stream it, dude. Enjoy that, because you're not gonna succeed. But you succeed real well at talking crap in a live stream, buddy. Okay. It's funny, you know how you notice how he talked crap about the Bitcoin stuff, but didn't say a freaking word about gold, because it played out brilliantly, because we applied technical analysis, and that's all it's about. Like, this is about education, teaching people how to do this themselves. Like, we do these reviews not to brag, but to show you how, if you apply it, it can work. My God. Dude, I'm going to have to refresh. This music's killing me right now. What's up, Big Bob? Thanks, man. Bruh. This is ridiculous. These children, like these people that are just mad or upset that I'm live. It's like, go watch a Fortnite streamer, scrub. Hold on, I'm gonna do this real quick. This is just I don't know, choppy. You could hear it. See if it fixes. Okay, so yeah, you squared up. We did the analysis of Bitcoin. Don't really have to get into it too much more because I played the video. Nor gold. S&P 500. Believe it or not, it actually didn't fill the gap. It was close. It was off by like, I don't know, $8. Yeah, just never even was able to test 2820. What did you test though? That channel you broke out of, you did back test it today a couple times as resistance, right? So not 2820, but the upsloping old support is now, again, resistance. So, I don't know. I mean, semi has outperformed extremely well today. Tech did nice. I mean, you know, the NASDAQ was up like 3+% outperformed. Good. We've got earnings coming out. We've had earnings come out. I mean, like, dude, Twitter's up like 10%. Chipotle killed it today. Halliburton, actually, you know, energy stock did well today. Applied Materials, AMD made a comeback. Nvidia. And then, you know, we had losers too, like, you know, retail, of course. Mainly all retail and maybe food. And then you had like American Airlines that got wrecked too. Hey, Rex, no one cares. Like, your opinion is meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I have an ego because I'm trying to teach people how to learn charts, to read charts for themselves for free. Yeah, that's so egotistical, man. Big time. Really, dude? Anyway, man. It's like, should I even have gone live today? Probably not, I guess. F this. F this crap. You know, could have just gone not live and dealt with nothing. Wow, that'd have been an easy day. But I stream like 7 days a week. guess I'll reevaluate that crap. Too many butthurt people out there for no reason. I don't even understand the hate.
Is that a joint?
Where's my toast friend?
What's up, Butter? Thanks for the $50 contribution. Appreciate it, man. I can be right here. I can always be bread if you're so inclined, man. Piece of bread. Maybe people won't attack me as much. Oh my god, man, the bear flag didn't play out because there was hidden bullish divergence. Lose your minds. You Butter love that. Oh yeah, Wayne Batson. Thank you, dude. Seriously, Butter. Really, really appreciate it. Things are always a little bit more chill with the bread, of course, right? Yeah, digital lemons, I mean, that's part of it. Thanks, Dan G, man. Alright, so S&P, you get it? It never actually touched the horizontal line resistance from way back August of 2019. You didn't touch that, which that exact level is where the gap was, and it just didn't happen. And you did, once you touched this top trend line, you pulled back to close the day, close that candle exactly where it opened. So yeah, you gapped up today, and now there's a gap to fill the downside, like 27.36. And if you don't hold 27.24, it could be a nice move down to the 2600s. You just look left. It's just not as much support until you get down to the 2500s, man. I mean, yeah, there's like one like 2600. But this is a big one, man. This is a really big one at 27.25. Don't forget it. What's wild is like the negative momentum's already beginning to wane as it just started. Yeah, Snapchat killed it, dude. Everybody loves carbs. Yeah, that's it, dude. Well, I am a carb right now. Man, it's been tough, dude. It's like, keto is not like easy. Like really, keto is... Julia, what happened? Okay, so I mean Dow Jones, pretty much same story. Didn't really see. Is it breakout and then? Hold on, did we not have this one? I guess we didn't have it up here. I mean, it's almost identical though. Let's see if the demand line broke. I think I have it on the other one, but it doesn't say. See, you didn't backtest. Odd enough. So you never made it like the S&P did to that trend line. But it's almost identical price action on the day, right? So you've hit a 50% retrace and not really any higher. We know the top of the golden zone is at the 61.8% retrace at 25,226. Which is always somewhere you could go, just like Bitcoin. All right, so it's like the S&P and Bitcoin and the Dow Jones. They're all like, they've all retraced about halfway from their high to their low. That's it. That's all they've done. They haven't gone really much higher at all. But then you look at individual assets across the stock market. My God, like Chipotle almost hit 100% retrace today. Like nothing even happened. Chipotle, dude. Up 12%, up 1% after hours. It's 892 right now. Look, 941's all-time highs.
Is that a joint?
With a start like today, it makes you just want in a circle screaming make the noise stop. I just went to TA. Mitch has an ego? Come on now. The channel is TA with Mitre. No ego. Just great education. Fatten us up with all that knowledge, bread man.
It's like, what is the ego? Like, I don't even get it. It doesn't even make sense. It's like literally just character assassination attempts. But like their like stupid comment doesn't even get like shown on the screen. It's ridiculous. Like, how am I arrogant, man? Just again, trying to do a play-by-play of how you apply traditional technical analysis to an asset and how it can or it might not play out based on what happens, man. Technical analysis is a game of probabilities. It is not certainties. So just because a bear flag Doesn't play out. Doesn't mean TA doesn't work. It just means, well, there was that 4-hour hidden bullish divergence that thwarted the pattern. And then sometimes the pattern plays out, like the dragon and the bullish divergence on the 4-hour. It's like, that's it. I mean, how is that egotistical to even... just to bring it up, man. We're just bringing up yesterday's stream. Yeah, maybe digital. We're getting there. I mean, some of these assets, dude. I'm pretty sure it has surpassed an 88% retrace. Thanks, Nefarious, man. Appreciate it a lot. Yeah, you're above the 886. The 100% retrace is upon you. Talking like $50. And that's as high as it's ever been. I mean, like, how do you get up here and just keep going? How do you go up here at this speed and not double top? That's what's... right, that's the question. It looked the whole freaking way up, man. Whole way up. It's just like lower levels of positive momentum. Yeah, you're overbought now. You're not showing any exhaustion yet on the RSI, just the MACD. That's crazy. Freaking great. V-shaped recovery, 100% at this point. Man. Soup Dragon, I know, dude, but there are people that they don't want me to be here. Like, they hate it. They hate this.
All the scrubs can go get wrecked like 2 is hip against that 1 scrub team. Keep doing
2 scrub teams.
Don't let the hate in.
Yeah, Fish had it was, he got nicked against Tennessee, scrub team, and then got taken out completely against Mississippi State, certainly a scrub team. So, yep, not 1 but 2. Thank you, man, for the 5. Oh, by the way, for the 3, that cough, I understand, was a little bit insensitive, and I have since augmented it, so it's a different noise when someone super chats or tips $3. So, you know, that is, I do agree. It wasn't in the best taste, and I didn't really think about it, you know. But I have done all I can to resolve that by apologizing and changing the audio, right, for that.
Is that a joint?
Today Bitcoin have been weird. The initial move made at 4 AM has duplicated 5 times today. Just waiting for us to spike to the 6th duplication where I can flip my desk like not supposed to have the same measured move all day. Just nuts today. On the 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you're looking at a 3-minute chart, one should expect effery all the time. Like, you know, it's hard enough sometimes on the 4-hour, right? 3-minute, forget about it. Bot Connect. That's all the bots, man. Thank you, dude, for the 840 on the day. Nefarious, man. I look tasty. What does that mean, dude? Because I'm not a piece of bread right now. So that's Chipotle. Let's look at another huge winner today. You gotta ask, when is this gonna make 100% retrace for reversing the downside? Seems like it at this point, man. You'd have to have the macro majorly reverse with a lot of volume to reverse at this point, dude. Just killing it. All right, Twitter. Not near its all-time highs like Chipotle, but my God, I mean, 10%. And you know, really, we had talked about this before, but, you know, it's already hit that PCC, and you know, at that point, what is it? It's kind of like Bitcoin in a way. That old idea of the bat where it just goes down, capitulates in that area before reversing. I mean, look, you know, what pattern is this, chat? Can someone tell me? Just tell me what pattern. What's up, Chris? Coming in from Malta. That's right. Yes. Gartley. Bullish Gartley. No, not a cipher. Canatoma. Wow. Got the Jeopardy Jesus man. Why is it a Gartley and not a cipher? Because it didn't make a higher high. If it would have made a higher high, it would have been considered a cipher. And everything else would have been the same. A 786 retrace. Yeah, you know, ciphers can retrace 61.8% of the way. So it just happened to, look, man, it was confluence too. From B to C, you had a 1.272 fib extension along with the X to A 786. So nice confluence. And there actually ended up being on the daily, I think, bullish evidence in the end. Yeah, like a low to like this lower low and higher levels relative strength. So I guess there was coinciding variables here. Just looking, you know, back in time a little bit. Yeah, this really isn't. I mean, this is not a good performer, right? Not at all. I mean, this is all-time highs, right? 47.62. S&P 500 from its all-time highs is halfway to it. This is very far away from its all-time highs. So different context here. If you look at how we would Fibonacci, you know, for targets, if you're just talking about harmonic targets, again, education, where if you're paying attention, it's not me trying to be arrogant or egotistical. It's literally me trying to help teach people about this stuff, you know, from the high point of the structure of the cipher to the low point. That's how you anchor for Fibonacci for targets. 50% retrace, 33.97, and a 618 is 37.26. These are viable targets if someone's trading a bullish Gartley. That's all it is, dude. Don't attack me, man. Okay? Are we cool? Harmonic movie poster? What does that mean, Wayne Batson? I don't understand. Yeah, upsloping consolidation after a major impulse down. Yes, bear flag connect, some sort. Hey, you know what we could look at on the 4 hour? Almost like 3 drive stuff. We need one more move up though, right? It's like if you're looking for 3 drives, like 1 move up, sell off. You know, 1 move up, sell off. We need one more move up, close, you know, and it'd be like a 1272. Look how this high to low. Look how you had a 1272. We sold off 50% of the way from this low to high. So, a little off. That's okay. So we get one more wave up. Okay. One more wave up. And we're looking for a target for a short entry around $30. If you're truly bearish on Twitter and you wanted to play a 3 drives pattern, that's like $30 is your target for entry for that short, because that's how it works. Again, me not trying to be egotistical, me just telling you, the viewer, like that's how one goes short at 1272s on the third leg up. I mean, I can show a picture too, you know. I might offend somebody. I don't know. Jesus, dude. Where's the bearish? Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so right here, 3 drives pattern, man. A 1272, 1 goes short. That's all it is, dudes. That's all I'm trying to do here. Okay. So at the 1272, then one would fib from that low point to high point from the short entry, and then their target for the trade would be a 61.8% retrace. Probably would be down at like 2350 or so. Low to high, 618, 2380. Boom. There you go, man. So you gotta wait, maybe set up alerts, and maybe we get ourselves that pattern. Goodness, I mean, man, if we could go up one more time, we'd get bearish divergence probably, hardcore on the 4 hour. Man, there'd be a lot. I mean, there'd be some coinciding variables at that fib extension, for sure. All right, man, we'll be on the lookout for Twitter. No, how could that be 3 rising valleys when it's 3 peaks? Mm-mm. A wetsuit? You're gonna go spearfishing? Dang, man. bring your GoPro. Send some videos to us on the Discord, man. Join that Discord if you're not a part of it. Everyone in here, man. Real little chat. So it was like, just go to NVIDIA. That, you know, wasn't a top performer or anything, but it was still up, man. It's still up 6%. It's hard to, you know. I mean, all it really did, though, unfortunately, was fill a gap today. That's all NVIDIA did. And so we knew from a high to low, 88% retraces. That's like, those are major potential reversal areas. Deep retraces. And so you reversed, but you only just back tested the neckline as support before rallying again, but 293.20. Chad, do you know what this number is? 293.20? Just look left. Previous all-time highs. So you up-thrusted through that just a few days ago. Failed. So on this attempted rally here, you better break that. It's not a joke, man. If you don't break that and you back test it as resistance, well, it could be time to dump again. That's it. Now, we know, like, if you're super bullish here, the 100% measured move of this pretty large structure, man, it's all the way at 362, all-time highs. It's like a freaking story, like a movie, right, if it was to do that. But we are in uncertain times right now, man, and it's unprecedented times, and trying to forecast is not easy, because this has never happened in history.
Accidentally tipped on Streamlabs Go. Anyways, bullish divergence on monthly and weekly on SWN and now has blasted off on the daily. Talk about coinciding variables.
What's up, Jacob G? Thanks for the 5, man. Guh on the Streamlabs. It still should have showed up, man. So, I don't know. Southwestern Energy. It sure has exploded. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty, yeah, it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. I guess we can just pull it up here or whatever. Don't even try to be professional. Dude, I don't even try to be professional. A TA with Viking hats on as a piece of bread. I don't. I am literally not that guy. There are other people that do that, though, that stream. So, you know, it's the whole... And dude, look at this. Like, left shoulder kind of head, right shoulder. See, it's like, why are these things... Look, dude, I can't look at everything. I can't find everything. I mean, that's almost like a horizontal line, neckline, dude, right? It's not very... It's pretty scuffed and ugly and may not even exist as a pattern. You get it, though, right? That's a... It's like not even just that. It's just drawing a horizontal line like that. You can see clearly. Tons of resistance. And once you broke it, man, what a blast off. Look at this fake out first. What a fake out before pivoting and then running again. But he's talking about just wanting everyone to look at the coinciding variables in hindsight. Just, again, for the sake of, I don't know, reinforcing what you've learned or teaching you something new. Either way, it's beneficial and helpful. So it's like you had a low on price. Well, this is the 4 hour. So the 4 hour had it too, sure. Yeah, it sure did. But it was really the daily. Let me go back to it. So the daily, yeah, 4 hour and daily at the same time we're showing pretty nice bullish divergence on both oscillators, like a low and then that lower low. And it's like, yeah, eventually you recovered and you hit that resistance, sold off, higher low. Look how it lined up with this right here. Look, it's like a spring. You sprung and then back tested the spring and then you were gone pretty much, right? So kind of a range that we fell out of it, up thrusted through it, and now you've clearly broken it. So I think there's ways to Fibonacci here. You can be conservative and Fibonacci from this high, but you know, That's probably the one to do it from. It's way more reasonable. You can see it clearly and discernible on the daily, a peak of some kind. You could use this one, or we could use this one, or we could use the, you know, you get it, right? This is the major one, but like, okay, so it's almost like Cypher-esque in a way. Probably not though, because it's too shallow. So you will be approaching that golden retrace at $3.44 soon. You've hit a resistance, a valley from December of 2018 and no higher. Not really showing any sell signals per se. Not really. No, I mean, it's like bullish convergence on the oscillators. The only bearish variable right now is the receding volume on higher prices. That's about it on the daily time scale. Hour. Gotta wonder at this resistance, you are showing a little bit of a high and a higher high. Yeah, higher high at a critical resistance with lower levels of relative strength. So this could be implying a reversal of the downside. It may not be that crazy, but it is saying, hey man, you're just a little bit exhausted. I hate that, man. Having to toggle the visibility of these, man. It's so annoying. Every freaking time. Here we go too, man. It's like, of course, it could just keep going, but you think that both 4 hour is a decent time scale. You're at a resistance. That's some variables that coincide, right? It's just not the daily. There's your SWN, man. Okay, been a great run, great rally, but maybe, just maybe, you might reverse here. At least a little bit. I mean, think about it. We never even back tested this 247, 250 area as support. We could always back test it before running higher. Always possible. But you gotta take heed of the trend you're in, and it is only extremely bearish. That's all it is. The only thing it's done in its history really has made lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So it's something that, hey, if you're gonna trade it, go ahead. But investing in this, you'll probably just lose, right? In the long term. Whew. Hello? Are y'all here? We hanging out, man? These are the 440 year. The world is screwed, man. Adversity is here. Lots of it. And sometimes it feels like sometimes days just get more and more difficult, right? The hate gets more and more heavy. The weight on my shoulders just gets heavier, man. I'm doing all I can, and I should probably take days off to prevent this. So what did altcoins do? Altcoins did the same friggin' thing that they've been doing, following Bitcoin. They sell off and then they rally. Okay, and so like let's just look at Link, because it's up 5%. Link, all it's doing is attempting a rally and not making higher highs yet, and it's only at that resistance from April 12th and no higher. You're actually below it right now. Now it looks like close to square up levels, whatever. But if you're talking about a range of some sort, you are not above it. You are at the top, but you're only kind of regarding it as resistance somewhat. There it is, man. See, you've broke it and then sold off, and now you're failing to break it. Come on, man. So, I mean, I guess if you want to talk about maybe a little supply line, like right here, well, there you go. You're at that too. So you haven't broken that either. So if you can ever get above these areas, though, based on history, man, there's a lot of room to run to the upside on Link, because there's just very little support resistance. We know that. I mean, this straight line up and down here, like once or twice. Yeah, it was like one time. And then over here, it's just a huge up, down, double top. I know, it's egotistical to even say that there was a double top here. I know, dude. My bad. There was a, on the daily, there was a, this was the neckline of that double top. And you know, a measure move of the double top got hit. So this one had only bullish convergence and kind of followed Bitcoin's lead. So not really doing anything, even though it's up 5%. And I think it's the story for a lot of altcoins. A lot of them sold off, and they're still not making higher highs than their previous highs. Cardano looked good though. Look at Cardano. You know, it had that little structure. It broke out of it and ran, made 100% retrace, sold off, and certainly did. You know, it had bullish divergence here on the oscillators. Bullish hammer reversal pattern. I know, egotistical to even talk about it, but I mean, you'd say this is a neckline of some sort, a high or low, and you're close to that neckline again. If you break that, man, first target's 3.855 cents. Second target's 3.9 cents, and the golden mean ratio is like 4 cents. Okay, so I'm saying like divergence has turned into hidden bullish divergence. Like Bitcoin, at least on the MACD, and it played out. Great, man. You go double topped, out of control, man. No, I have 5 monitors, and I have one 55-inch TV hooked up to my computer as well. I don't know if I can actually... I don't know, let's see if I can... It's like there's my like utility monitor, and then I've got like the big 4, you know, right here, and then I go all the way over here, and like you can barely see it, but it's mounted to the wall and it swivels. But like that's again a 55-inch TV that's hooked up to that PC that has 2 GPUs. My main 4 monitors are hooked up to the 2080 Ti, which also encodes this live stream, and then my 1080 Ti, I call it just my monitor mule. 1080 Ti encodes graphics on that 55-inch, and then my 5th ancillary or utility monitor. Okay, that's it. Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum popped to the upside like Bitcoin. You know, it looked like it might have been consolidating bearishly, but it like Bitcoin. What do you think, man? It was almost identical. It was like one low and then a higher low, and then you had higher levels negative memo. That's hidden bullish divergence, and the impending price action continuation the upside occurred, and we did in fact get above $179, $180. It's good, man. Look, what is that? That's right here. That's a major resistance from January 2020. What's up, RN, man? I know it's egotistical for me even to talk about my setup. You know, I know it's unreal, dude. RN, thanks for that super sticker, man. The cheerleader cheering through a hole and out the hole. Thank you so much, dude. Wow. The 10 pounds.
Bruh.
Hyper RN. Boss Matt TV. It's it's like over on the side. It's not like, yeah, I could imagine it being like right up there, man. That'd be tough, dude. But no, SUD's good, and I can push it back if I don't want it, you know. So having like a mounted TV that it swivels, and then you can like pull out of the wall and put into the wall. That's like probably what you want for a battle station setup, specifically so you don't have the problems you're talking about, right? Oh, Charizard, man. What's up, dudes? The thing come supercharged? Yeah, it actually does. Like coronavirus.
Can we look at Netflix? Thanks, Mr. Page.
Yeah, dude. Just barely hanging on now, man. Woohoo. Right? That previous all-time high, you're kind of like double topping up here. One high, two highs. one high, a second high with lower levels of relative strength. This is just the 4 hours, not the daily. But you better holds. If you don't hold here, there is a good chance that Netflix will come down to, I would think, 385 to 392. Like, that'd be the target if you can't hold this. You're up thrusting right now. Really showing a little bit of weakness, aren't you? Am I crazy here? Let me be really egotistical and just point out maybe what I might see. God forbid, or God forgive me for this. You know, I'm wondering, it's a like confirmation top. Only visible, certainly on the 4 hour, right? Or 60 minute. Crap. Oh, we're good. So you see it maybe, and this too is kind of concerning. But you go to the daily, no big deal, right? It's like not there. Yeah, you're not there. So barely. You know we have targets to the upside if it does hold on to this.
China to me, China.
Do you have a more in-depth tutorial on harmonics? 1.000000000 link.
Nikov, so I wouldn't say, I mean, I do have in-depth analysis or education on like pretty much each different harmonic in my Patreon, but it's not organized very well. And we're working on a site and stuff that'll be more organized for education, and it'll be make it to where the patron can better utilize and get the best about, you know, even more value out of it. So yes and no, like where it's not like I have like an actual whole video to each harmonic and stuff, which is probably something I should do. I mean, just getting close to being able to just read these in the back of my hand, like the harmonics and stuff. So yes, Patreon does have that, but at the same time, it's not like, you know, an entire 30-minute video devoted to harmonics one at a time. It's normally like one harmonic at a time video, right? That lasts like 5-6 minutes each. Okay. And before, we're good. Okay, never mind. We're okay. So that was what I changed the audio clip to. Instead of a cough, it's just President Trump saying China. I know. Whatever. Funny, not funny. My God, man. Whatever you want. That was the first person. Nikov is the first person to tip to where we could hear it, right? I don't think anyone else is. Thanks, Nikov, for being first connect. Okay, so that's all I can tell you, man. If you don't hold 420...
Is that a joint?
Then you're probably coming down to 394 to 385 to back test these areas that were once resistances. Maybe regard them as supports. If you do that, that makes sense. What kind of retrace would that give you? A low to high? My God, man, a 382, 386, 385 is a 38% retrace, a common retrace. So you bounce off that and you run again. Not out of the realm possibility that you're up thrusting here. And we could see lower prices just to confirm. Like, hey man, let's make sure that this 385 was truly broken and is it gonna be a support so we could run again. But again, it's Netflix, man. It's Netflix and chill. How can you go against that? Just telling you maybe what the chart's saying, but I know that's egotistical to try to help people. My God. Here we go, dudes. Yeah, Michael, how about you have a good mood when, you come into live stream for free and then, you get like multiple people talking crap. And they're cherry picking, right? They're not saying kudos on the good stuff, kudos on gold, screw you on Bitcoin, go F yourself. You're egotistical, you're a piece of crap. It's not easy. Okay, yeah, live streaming's so easy, dudes. I know. Man. So, hopefully you get that on Netflix. You understand. So how did USO do today? Remember, I don't think my alert ever went off on it, where it fell below the 1618. No, well, soon, man, probably, right? Oh God, it's down 3.6% after hours, down 11% today. If you bought at 232, well, it looks like the 1618 is going to be tested again. We could be going to zero on this one too, man. Got the alert set up. Disgusting. I mean, you barely engulfed the first half of the day. And then you had some follow through. Not much, but that is... If you understand, this is all time... Where traders settled up on the 4 hour is all time lows. Not the wick. Don't worry about the wick. Where traders settled up, where the close is. This is it, man. The lowest ever. UCO's doing better. What's up, Jacob, man? Thanks for the 2 super chat. Not easy being cheesy. As the famous Terry Crews once said, right? I think he was in a history book or something, right? Yeah. I mean, oh my God. Are you baiting me to look at UCO, dude? It looks better, man. Oh, come on, dude. UCO looks better. Okay. Really? Good Lord. I mean, yeah, it didn't do much of anything today. I mean, it was a tight range today. But yesterday, you gap down. I don't know where my freaking fib extensions are. Maybe if I go to the 4 hour, it'll be there. Or maybe I didn't even do it on this one. Hold on, let me see. Jeez. Yeah, local on the 8s. Nice, thank you for that. Okay, here we go. This is... Let's do it real quick. So yeah, the top of the hour. We got 1 hour until... Well, you know. The daily candle close. Wow, dude. I didn't even notice this about UCO. So USO hit its 1618, but UCO pretty much did yesterday. I don't think I came back to it before it hit it and then rallied to close at like 1444. So yeah, no movement today really at all. Up and down, sideways. It was somehow it was up 7.48% today, if you can even tell. And it's up 18 cents after hours. Okay, definitely diverging. So you're at a gold mean ratio, man. I mean, you might reverse here, but whatever. What's up, Jonathan? Hey, by when? What's up, dude? He said screw USO. You lost some on that. I mean, if anyone took a shot on it, they got wrecked. Yeah, reverse 25-1 reverse split, I think, right? Tell true. Too much slippage on USO. Okay. So I was looking at, we can switch gears again. You know what? Let's go to copper and silver. You know, they've been having good days, right? Ever since copper hit that low point, ever since it hit the 50%, man. You know, it had a small sell-off and it's just rallying again with golds. So I wonder, you know, if you're lucky on copper, we'll see this supply line again. If you have another bad day on the markets, I mean, this could start selling off again. Dude, again, why did it reverse here so well? Because that is where traders settled up. That is where shorts covered their position. When you cover a short, you have to buy. Lots of shorts covering equals a lot of buying, and that's what makes this price shoot up like that. Okay, so if you're patient, there might be round two boogaloo or boongaloo, whatever it is, the sequel, where the sequel would be a 618 retrace at 211 for a second target. And then maybe a third target if you're lucky. And if you're real lucky, you make to lower lows, because that's the trend, man. That's copper. That is copper. Beautiful, man. But still climbing. New day now. It's 8 p.m. if you are in a boat on the Atlantic. Oh, it's only 7. I mean, 8 p.m. would be, I guess, yeah, if you're in the water in the Atlantic or somewhere in Canada, in like the Northeast, like Newfoundland or something, right? Excuse me.
Can we take a Yender Expo? Silverbow Resources. Thanks again.
Surely, Charizard, man. Thanks for the $5 super chat and all the support, man. It means a lot. Yeah, it's up 59% today. Not much to really look at, right? Not much of a trend either, huh? Terrible, man. Just terrible. So I don't think you've even had like some sort of momentum shifting breakout either, right? If we just, you know, you could trend here, of course not. But you know, what about all these? I mean, something like this, right? Well, I guess you did break out. I mean, you kind of had a, looks like some sort of geometrical trendline breakout. Oil and gas production, energy sector, silver boat resources, anything up 59%. No value, of course, right? You would think that first target, if it's gonna truly run up before seeing resistance, the next resistance is $7.44. So it could go there. It really could. I don't even know if you want to use this as the high point to low point for Fibonacci. I think you probably just want to deal with maybe this high from November of 2019 for your major discernible peak. Because, dude, like, it probably just going to make a lower high, lower low. And if that's the case, you probably already hit a 382. High to low. 382 like the Jesus man. Right at it. Hey, look at that, man. A 50% retrace is confluent with your previous lows from August and October of 2019. Could go there in time, sure. But would be really crazy to see that be broken. If you did break that, well, there is a chance you could come up eventually and test the next overhead resistance at $11, $10.93. Which is a deep retrace. But you think, like, probably not going to get any higher than this just based on the trend, but who knows, man. Some sort of trend line might have been broken here. Who knows what that'll turn into. Okay. Charizard, there you go, man. What a killer today. 59%. I like those. I like that number. It's just one better than 58. I don't really look at it here. That's so weird looking. Crude futures? No way, man. This chart's like broken, dude. There's like no charting you can do on crude futures right now. I don't think. No, I mean, like, because of that move down to minus $40. Like, how can one do anything to it? Yeah, dude, there's good luck charting that crap. I mean, we're getting into weird territory. Good news is, I guess, on crude futures, you're back above 968, which is all-time lows for crude futures. You're above it, man. Congratulations. People in California still haven't gotten their unemployment. Uh-oh. I thought we had looked at that. Did none of my work save on it? That sucks, dude. Or was it in log scale? Yeah, looking at kind of in log scale. Yeah, I just had the double bottom. Yeah, like one bottom, two bottoms, and they're nice divergence. This is what you look for, man. I know it's egotistical to even bring up the fact that there was divergence here, but it did play out. I know. Whatever. So it broke what you would say to be a supply line. You're above it now, of 3%. If you're talking about Fibonacci of some sort in log scale, I mean, you probably want to look at this in log because of the log, dude. $48. All right, like in less than a year, you lost 91% of your value. Yeah, that's really bad. Exponential losses. So, hey, you made it to 1028, which started the golden zone. So we could see a reversal to major reversal to the downside again at any point.
CMG, possible buy opportunity. You're the man.
Yeah, we can do that. So 1028 to 1824 on love for someone who asked. There's no there's no edge on the market right now. You straight line up. Divergence played out. Great. So now you'd have to wait for an edge to be able to determine maybe where a reversal would be. Yeah, Chipotle. This was number one, right? Yep. Chipotle today was number one performer of the S&P 500. Did you say great long opportunity? I know you're just messing with me, right? So, very close to all-time highs, up 12% and up 1% after hours. Possible buy opportunity. Oh, I don't know, man. Like, whenever you get a pullback, maybe what could happen, you could come and back test 760 as support. That might be an area that could hold. It's freaking Chipotle, man. It's a V-shaped recovery, and it's almost retraced 100% of the way. So obviously no real value there. But, this and Netflix have they're the two most expensive assets that exist on the stock market. Yeah, I know, Charizard. For sure. I know you, man. You're not crazy, dude. Okay, so got about 50 minutes, 49 minutes to go till your daily close on Bitcoin. Look another way. So another way to look at this, right? This is definitely a possibility, okay? And so this is like, how could Bitcoin ever get to 7,900? This is it right here. This is the pattern, if it's going to happen, right? I mean, you got to think like left shoulder, kind of ahead, right shoulder. It's low, lower low, lowest low, now a higher low. So momentum is somehow shifting. So it's like you could draw the neckline here. I mean, that makes sense. It would be some sort of upsloping neckline. But you can also do this. And I think that would be valid too. So you maybe have this Momo shifting type price action on Bitcoin. And you just do it like this, man, right? It's like, okay, all these lows, and all of a sudden, what the a freaking higher low, huh? And now you've got some sort of neckline, whether you plot it from here to here or here to here. Like the size of the structure, and you could just delete this and do double head and shoulders. We see them all the time. They're real. They're definitely real. measure move if Bitcoin was to break this supply line at like 72.37. That's a big if, man. Good from that candle close. I mean, my God, man, doesn't that like put you right here? Like the square up is 78.20 on Bitcoin. So just needs to be. I know it's arrogant for me to even draw lines on Bitcoin for free, but I know, dudes. Not allowed to do that. So that's how we could get to what? That's how we could get to that 61.8% retrace if it's to play out, man. I mean, it is. But again, if you don't break that, that's just more distribution. You just got to be kind of scratching your head a little bit saying, hey, man, a higher low is a form of accumulation. The 200 moving average, you can see it's now turning to the upside and you are above it. Nice. I know it looks like crap. It is kind of crappy, but they're not always going to be perfect, dudes. They're just not. I know. It does look like crap. It's still a structure, and you can't argue and say that all of a sudden we're not making higher lows after making a lower low, and then the lowest low, now a higher low. That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, right? I mean, interesting at least on Bitcoin. Not trying to do anything but just try to show the idea, right? Good God. Multiple heads are legit according to Bulkowski himself. Boom. Bulkowski sanctions it. I'm good. Dude, I mean, we don't even have to know about Bulkowski saying that. Dude, remember this one we identified? I know it's so egotistical to look back in time so we can, further education of other people. A double head. Perfect right here. I mean, it was so freaking textbook. Double head and shoulders pattern with a beautiful neckline right here. This one looked great. Now, I remember vividly people saying that I was wrong and it wasn't valid because double head. And it's like, okay, dudes, whatever you say. And then, of course, like this was drawn like this, like a neckline. I mean, it was like perfect. This was the most like textbook inverse head and shoulders I think I've ever seen Bitcoin create. Real talk. Of course, measure move hit. You create a broadening top, and that measure move was hit. Then that was it, man. So not the same situation now at all, but if we're talking about double heads and shoulders, okay, it's possible. Look, this left shoulder is the exact same price as this right shoulder, and that's why it might. It's at least worth us talking about and bringing up on stream, right? That's what it is. That's real life. Love and hate, man. Those are super emotional, qualities. You don't hate them, you don't love them, but they're real and they sometimes play out. And it's a game of probabilities and numbers, right? So break this 72.36 and you could see maybe the 618 79.50. Okay. Look, man, lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, right, than these lows. And now you got another higher low than this low. That's very interesting. It's not a lower low. The golden zone, man, right? Between the 382 and the 618. Ha. Can we look at Tesla? Sure. I got you, Digital Lemons. Hey, man, I appreciate the wordage regardless. Hey, man, it's like someone, hey, you're actually talking about your opinion on technical analysis, contributing to the conversation. Man, that's great. Okay. So what's up with Tesla. Well, Tesla finally hit the 618, the golden retrace, went a little bit above it, and it's just going sideways. I mean, it closed the day literally $1 off the golden retrace from your high to low. Dragon-esque type stuff. Dragon-esque. I mean, that's the target for if someone was trading a dragon. I mean, you've hit a target. Secondary target's going to be 836, but you don't always get there. Positive momentum's waning now, and it's a lower high than the previous high. There's a gap fill on Tesla at 650. Could eventually see that, but man, this one's amazing. Tesla is a killer. So good. Lucas, we could dump, but we might dump after hitting a 61.8% retrace. It's always possible. Look, man, why can't we discuss all routes to the upside and downside? I don't know, man. Higher lows are always real good. They're always worth noting and talking about, and we got one on Bitcoin. Dang, you went low to the high. Oh, why go low to high? I mean, like, maybe we hit a 236, but we're still in the midst of maybe the same wave up. So that's why I still have high to low here. A dragon is a type of pattern. I mean, did you see, have you been watching the stream? Gold had a dragon pattern that formed yesterday. We identified it yesterday on stream, and it hit target today. In one day, in less than one day. But I know that's egotistical to even bring up. Whatever, dude.
Off topic, but my Giants are looking to take Jedrick Wills with 4. He worthy of that pick. Have to protect Danny Dimes.
Dude, I don't know, man. When collegiate athletes leave college, I kind of like, I'm done, unfortunately. I don't know, man. I'm just not an NFL guy. I've never been that way. It's just, I'm all in on college football. And that's it. So, Jedrick Wills, where did he go again? Oh, God. Is he our own lineman? Bama's lineman? I don't know if he's number 4 worthy. I mean, do you ever go? I mean, I guess it's like if you need it. Wow. Jedrick Wills is freaking, our tackle. Okay, 74. Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I don't know how drafts work. Earnings for Amazon? I mean, dude, I'll tell you, like, Bama's O-line this year was very mediocre. I'm not saying him exactly, but collectively, Bama's pass rush was pretty mediocre, like very mediocre. And he's a tackle, so it's tomorrow. Amazon's earnings report is tomorrow. I think after hours. Let me find it for sacks. If I can even find it, man. Really? Hold on. Team sacks. No, I'm looking for sacks allowed. There's only sacks. There's no sacks allowed on NCAA.com. Sacks allowed. Here we go. Here we go. This is why any lineman from Alabama right now is not... I mean, you just got to say, hold on, dude. Sacks allowed in the NCAA. Alabama was number 3 in the country. Charizard Chaser, you hear that? So when you got tackles, that's oftentimes sacks, you know, occur on the outside. So that's big time, man. Look at that opposition sack yards, 81. Yeah, that's okay. Mediocre meaning bad, I guess. World Unite, yeah, I think so. I just don't know how it's gonna happen, man. I mean, that's so much money lost, but it's happening right now. So, how many did they allow against Mercer? I think 1 or 2, maybe. What's up, Skylar? You want to look at Gilead Sciences? Good God, is that a double top? Remember how it gapped up and look at it now. Hey, look how it back tested 78.91 as support, held and rallied. That's big time, up 3.5% today. Probably with macro. We know if you ever broke 84.47, you could moon, and that could be still setting up. I don't know, but man, that's 1 top, 2 tops. So you were asking though. 4-hour and daily bullish. You can't have bullish divergence at all here. It's just not possible because you're only making higher lows. You can't. It would be convergence. Something about the 4-hour, you say? Oscillators are all over the place, man. I don't see anything. I see. Hey, it's like accumulation in a cell wall. If you break the cell wall, moon soon. Scholar, what you want to look at here is the weekly, and maybe Regeneron to see stuff. Watch this, man. The weekly is crazy, okay? You go on this ungodly price discovery, and then you go through a multi-5-year correction. You make a low, and then you make a slightly lower low with higher levels of relative strength. So you have a lower low potential double bottom, which those outperform if they actually work, if they play out. The neckline for Gilead is pretty much like 89.50 or so. Could argue $86, which is what we've been hitting. If you break that, man, there's much less resistance up here. I mean, I think if you break 89.50, which we've been testing, it's like real quick 91.82, and if you could break that, man, you're talking $100. Like that peak right there, 102, 109.64, and then you start looking at like 115, and then all-time highs. Sorry, contacts, man. So really interesting. Kind of weird. I mean, crazy looking price action. You're going to give your girl a barrel of oil for her birthday? I'm sure she's going to love it, man. Isn't it oil is a girl's best friend? That's like the common nomenclature. Or the common saying, whatever. Yeah, Sir Charles, I'm not seeing any message from you at all, dude. I don't know, man. You haven't looked at it in a long time. Small Direct Club. Double bottom or something. God, dude. Unreal. So yeah, it looks like a great potential double bottom. Low on price. Look at that. I mean, the RSI is gorgeous. It's all divergence. I mean, you had a really nice 16% up today. I mean, that's probably all technical. One low, a second low. It's not a pattern though yet. I hate these wicks, man. Does it mean it's not a confirmed pattern until you break 686? Maybe not. But I think though, like, if you're reasonable. Hold on, we'll go to the 4 hour. Freaking wick, dude. Yeah, it just makes you wonder, like, where is the top? If it's literally 688, you're not even close, and it'll be a while. But if you use, like, where the open was, you know, you're just at it. Right at this open. Trying to break that. I mean, if you can. Think about a measured move would put you, I mean, I think your target, if you broke out at 572, your target could very well be up here at like 768. What the heck? Duplicated? Yeah. So eventually, Smile Direct Club could reach its previous all-time lows just to backtest it. If this is truly going to play out for real. Okay? But right now, it seems like, yeah, you're kind of at maybe a resistance point. Another way to look at it, if you truly don't care about this stuff too much and you just want to look at Fibonacci, the high to low, right? You hit a 236 perfectly and reversed. You even filled a gap kind of with a wick. So we know, hey, a common retrace is going to put you up here at these previous all-time lows. Like a 382 is kind of above it. So you got to use maybe some critical thinking here that maybe you don't get to the 382 because this is too much of a resistance. Okay. Gap fill, my God, is 1131. That's 618. Well, I just Googled it, Jason, and Amazon's tomorrow, it said, but man, I can check again. I mean, look, man, I don't know. Like 4/23/2020 is literally tomorrow. So anyway, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll leave you with this chart right here, man. It's scuffed, it's ugly, real ugly. It's still a lower high. And if you don't break this, 72.59, we could dump to much lower prices. But if, it's all about the if Bitcoin was able to break this resistance, it eventually could test 7,400 again, a horizontal line resistance, historical. And a 100% measured move of maybe this kind of scuffed A structure would put you at a golden retrace, square up, 200-day moving average, all of that is right here between the 78 and 8,000 area. So that's what I'll leave it with, man. Okay? So I'll be back later. Thanks so much for watching, people that do appreciate me. And if you got a problem with me, then stop watching the effing stream forever. It's very easy, dude. Go do something with your life instead of trying to crap on me. Because I'm living my best life, dude. I'm living the dream. Trying to help people every day. So until next time, respect the TA.
appreciate you, dude. Praying gesture.
Appreciate you too, MCN. Thanks so much for the 420. Much love. Kangs.